Esther, this has gone on long enough. You've turned down every suitor who has come to you. Do you realize how unusual this is? How disrespectful to our family's name.
We've tried to be understanding, but this has gone beyond reason. You're nearly 30, and you're still waiting for someone who might never return.
Hey everyone. Before we continue the movie, we see that 76% of you aren't subscribed yet. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you're enjoying the show. It really helps us keep bringing you great content.
Aunt Esther, I don't know what to do. It's been 5 years since I last saw him, and he still hasn't come back. I'm starting to lose hope.
Oh, my dear Venita, I understand more than you know. There's a story I'd like to share with you. It's about a love that shaped my entire life.
What happened, Aunt Esther?
It all started many years ago when I was about your age. I met someone who changed my life in ways I could never have imagined.
Hello there. I couldn't help but notice your beautiful smile from across the square.
Oh, thank you. It's quite a busy day, isn't it? The market seems more vibrant than usual.
Yes, it does. I'm Felix, by the way. May I join you for a while? It seems we're both enjoying the festivities.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt. I'm Esther. It's nice to meet you, Felix.
So, Esther, what brings you to the market today? Are you looking for something special?
Just the usual. I enjoy coming here to see what's fresh and new. It's a wonderful way to connect with the community.
I can see that. I must admit, I'm new to this town. I came here to explore and perhaps find some local treasures. What do you enjoy most about this place?
The people, mostly. Everyone has a story, and you can feel the sense of tradition and warmth. It's a place where you can truly feel a part of something.
That's beautifully said. I'm actually quite fascinated by the history of this town. Maybe you could show me around sometime.
I'd love to. There are many places that are quite special to me. There's a certain charm to the old library and the quaint little park by the river.
I'd like that very much. And perhaps, you could tell me more about yourself. What are your dreams and aspirations?
Well, I've always dreamed of seeing the world beyond this town. To experience different cultures and learn more about life outside of what I've always known. But for now, I'm content with the small joys here.
It sounds like you have a beautiful spirit. I must say, it's refreshing to meet someone with such depth and vision. Esther, I feel like I've known you for much longer than just today. It's rare to find someone who feels so genuine.
I feel the same way, Felix. It's strange, but I feel a connection that's hard to explain.
Maybe it's fate. I'd like to see you again, if you'd be willing. There's so much more I'd like to know about you.
I'd like that. Very much. Felix was everything I had ever dreamed of. We talked for hours, sharing our hopes and dreams. That day marked the beginning of something extraordinary, a love that would stay with me for the rest of my life.
Esther, look at the stars. It's almost as if they're shining just for us tonight.
It's beautiful, Felix. It feels magical.
I'm glad you think so. I've been thinking a lot about our future, about everything we've talked about. I want to share something special with you.
What is it?
Esther, I want you to know that I've never met anyone like you. You've captured my heart completely. And because of that, I've been planning something for us.
What have you been planning?
I want to take you to meet my parents abroad. I want you to see the world I come from, to experience the life I've always dreamed of sharing with you.
You mean, you want me to go with you to Europe?
Yes, exactly. I want us to start our life together in a place that's as beautiful and special as our love. I want you to meet my family, to be a part of my world. I've talked to my parents, and they're eager to meet you.
Felix, that's the most wonderful thing you could have ever said to me. I've dreamed of seeing the world with you, of building a life together. I can hardly believe it.
It's all real, Esther. I want us to have a future full of adventure and love. I want you to experience the life we've talked about, to see the places we've dreamed of.
I can't wait to be with you, Felix. I trust you with my heart, and I believe in the future we're building together.
And I promise, Esther, that no matter where life takes us, I will always be by your side. I will do everything in my power to make our dreams come true.
I believe you, Felix. I believe in us. In that moment, under the night sky, Felix's promise felt like the fulfillment of every dream I had ever had. It was a promise of a future together, of love and adventure. Little did I know, that promise would become the foundation of my hopes and the source of my deepest commitment.
Esther, I promise, I'll come back for you. Our future together awaits. You're everything I've ever wanted, and I can't wait to build a life with you.
I'll wait for you, Felix. No matter how long it takes. I believe in us, and I believe in your promise.
This isn't goodbye forever. It's just a pause before our next chapter. Think of it as a temporary separation.
I'll think of it as a step towards our future. I'll cherish the memories we've made and look forward to the ones we will create.
Remember, Esther, no matter where I go, you're always in my heart.
And you're in mine. Safe travels, Felix. I'll be here, waiting. Felix left with a promise, and I made one too, one that would define the rest of my life. I held on to that promise with all my heart, as the years stretched ahead of me. One day, my parents called me for a meeting and said this.
Esther, this has gone on long enough. You've turned down every suitor who has come to you. Do you realize how unusual this is? How disrespectful to our family's name.
We've tried to be understanding, but this has gone beyond reason. You're nearly 30, and you're still waiting for someone who might never return. It's not practical.
I understand that you're worried, but I've made my choice. My heart belongs to Felix. I promised him I would wait, and I intend to keep that promise.
Promises. What about your future? Do you think Felix is going to come back and marry you? What if he doesn't? What then?
I have faith in him. He's not just anyone, he's the person I love. If I give up on him now, I'll be betraying not only him but myself. I can't do that.
Esther, this is not just about love. It's about security, stability, and having a life with someone who is here and ready to build a future with you. We've seen so many good men come and go, and you've rejected them all.
I know you're trying to protect me, but you don't understand. Felix and I shared something special. It's not just about finding someone who's here now. It's about holding on to what's truly meaningful.
What's truly meaningful? A promise from a man who left and hasn't been heard from in years? We've seen you suffer because of this. It's time to be realistic. Life doesn't wait for anyone.
We're not trying to hurt you, Esther. We're trying to save you from heartbreak. You're isolating yourself from potential happiness because of the promise to someone who might never come back.
Please, try to understand. I can't just forget about him. He meant everything to me, and I believe he'll come back. If I abandon this hope, I lose a part of myself.
We've always wanted what's best for you, and it pains us to see you like this. But we need you to be honest with yourself. If Felix doesn't come back, you're left with nothing but unfulfilled promises.
We're not saying you have to forget him completely, but maybe it's time to consider other options. Life goes on, and so should you.
I appreciate your concern, but this is my decision to make. I have to follow my heart, even if it means facing uncertainty. I promise I'm doing what I believe is right. The conflict with my parents was painful, but it was a testament to how deeply I felt for Felix. Their anger and frustration came from a place of love, but my commitment was unshakable. I had to honor my promise, no matter the cost. The years were harsh, and the world moved on around me. The promise I made to Felix became both my guiding light and my burden. It wasn't easy to keep the faith in the face of so many challenges.
Esther, I've been meaning to talk to you. You've been waiting for Felix for so long. Don't you think it's time to move on? It feels like you're wasting your life.
I made a promise to Felix, Liddy. I promised to wait for him, and I intend to keep that promise. It's not about wasting time. It's about staying true to my word.
But think about it. Life is passing you by, and you're isolating yourself from new opportunities. It's been 9 years now and you have not heard from him. There are so many wonderful people who would appreciate you. Isn't it time to consider that Felix might not return?
I understand your concern, but Felix and I shared something special. I believe in our connection and the promise we made. Abandoning that now would be like giving up a part of myself.
Esther, this isn't just about a promise. It's about your happiness and well-being. The world has changed, and you're still holding on to something that may never come to fruition.
Happiness isn't just about moving on quickly. It's about finding peace with the choices you make. I chose to wait for Felix, because that's what my heart told me to do. I can't just let go of that without a fight.
I just don't want to see you hurt. You deserve to have a full life, not one waiting for someone who might never come back.
I appreciate your concern, Liddy. I really do. But this is my journey, and I have to see it through. I know it's hard to understand, but it's something I have to do for myself.
I hope you find what you're looking for, Esther. Just remember that life has so much to offer, and sometimes, it's okay to let go and embrace new possibilities.
Thank you, Liddy. I'll keep that in mind.
Esther, please, can I talk to you?
Hello, Amy. It's quite late. What brings you here at this hour?
I've been thinking a lot about us. I really believe we could have a wonderful life together. I know it's late, but I wanted to talk to you about it.
Amy, I've told you before that I'm not interested. It's late, and I was trying to enjoy a quiet evening. Please, let's not make this difficult.
But Esther, you've been waiting for Felix for so long. What if he never comes back? You deserve to be happy now, not to waste your time waiting.
I appreciate your concern, but my heart is committed to Felix. I've made a promise that I intend to keep, regardless of how much time has passed.
Can't you see? Life is slipping by, and you're holding on to a promise that might never come true. I can offer you a future, stability, and love.
I've made my choice, Amy. I've made it clear that I am not interested in anyone else. I need you to stop coming here and trying to persuade me. It's disrespectful to my commitment.
I just want what's best for you. You're pushing away happiness because of the promise to someone who might never return. Can't you understand that?
I understand perfectly well. My commitment to Felix is not just about waiting. It's about staying true to what I believe in. Please respect that and leave me be.
I see. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll stop bothering you. I hope you find what you're waiting for.
Thank you for understanding. I hope you find happiness as well. The struggle was not just with the passage of time, but with the doubts of those around me. It wasn't easy to stay true to a promise in a world that seemed to move on without me. But holding on to that promise gave me strength and purpose.
So, Aunt Esther, after everything you've been through, what should I do now? I feel like I'm lost, waiting for someone who might never come back.
After all my years of waiting, he never came back. Till today. Venita, my dear, life is too precious to spend in waiting alone. You must live your life fully and with purpose. Don't let your waiting turn into a lifetime of regrets. It's important to find joy in the present, make meaningful memories, and most importantly, love yourself.
I understand now. It's not just about waiting for someone. It's about living my own life and being happy regardless of what the future holds.
Exactly. Life will offer many experiences, and while it's okay to hold on to hope, you must also embrace the opportunities that come your way. Don't let the weight overshadow the beauty and richness of living.
Thank you, Aunt Esther. Your story and advice mean so much to me. I'll remember what you've shared and try to make the most of my own journey.
Remember, my dear, it's never too late to start living fully. Make choices that bring you happiness and fulfillment, and trust that the right path will unfold for you.
Okay, Auntie, I will start going now. Thank you so much for telling me your story.
Sharing my story with Venita was my way of ensuring that the lessons I've learned could guide someone else. Life is fleeting, and it's important to cherish every moment, regardless of the promises we make or the paths we choose.